Welcome to the show. You are watching Gobbletastically Yours. This is a pre-recorded video, although I am intending to upload it as a premiere. So if you are watching the premiere right now, welcome to the premiere. If you are not watching the premiere, thank you so much for watching. Um, Gobbletastically Yours is normally a live stream and has been for the last few months. However, this evening I decided I would not go live, and next week will actually be the final live stream version of Gobbletastically Yours. Um, so I still wanted to bring the show in some format, and so I did a pre-recorded version of this thing a couple of weeks ago. It was a great hit, so I decided, well, I'm going to do it again. Um, Came on, I did a bedtime story, and then I ended it. One thing I'm going to add that I'm going to get into is a little discussion. Normally at the outset of the live stream, I engage my viewers with a little bit of a discussion. I might share something that I have found at the dollar store. It might be of interest, such as these Mickey Mouse folders. I found these at the Dollar General. You can see there, Mickey. I also found this notebook, Mickey, right here. Another fun thing that I found that is not Disney, but I still enjoy it very much, is the Peanuts. This is a Peanuts Jumbo. It's a coloring and activity book. They have the coloring pages here. Um, Fun pictures to color. They also have activities in here. Right here, you can see a Peanuts crossword puzzle, but I love the Peanuts very much, about as much, in some ways, probably more than I do Disney. But I also found these stickers, princess stickers. They have Ariel, the Little Mermaid. There, they've got 8 of them. They've got Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, Rapunzel from Tangled, Snow White, Cinderella, and Tiana. And I mean, it was $1, so heck, I got it. So I show and tell that because it was a fun. What else did I get? I got something else. I got something else right here. I showed these on a live stream a few weeks back, um, and I got more. These magic towels featuring Baby Yoda with the Mando. And then this other one, which is really sweet, really cute. Baby Yoda with Mando again. So, now next week's live stream, I will follow up with the towels that have been placed in water and have been expanded to their full glory. So look forward to that if you're watching. You can look forward. August the 26th is that date of that. So discussion. You know, I I would consider myself a Disney fan. And most things they do, I'm at least okay with, even if I'm not, super happy with. Um, but sometimes they make a move that I just don't really know if I can really support it. I don't know if I really like it or not. Um, so that happened a couple years ago. Um, Disney at Disney Springs, they had this interactive game experience called Disney Quest. And it was my understanding that at the time it was maybe losing popularity. It was, maybe not the moneymaker that it was, if I remember right. But anyway, Disney made the decision to just do away with it. They knocked it down, they gutted the building, and in its place, they brought out this NBA experience. Now, I am not a sports fan at all. Not at all. I do not have a team. I kind of a fan more or less of a couple athletes here and there when I hear them, they do something or they say something, but at the end of the day, I'm really not a sports guy. So, when this Disney thing is replaced with a sports thing, I'm like, I went from like 60 back down to zero in like that. Um, I did not go in there, did not have the opportunity to go down to Disney Springs. Well, I should say I had the opportunity, I just didn't go during that time period after it had opened. It opened in, I believe it was August of 2019, if I remember right. So we're right around 2 years ago. But then, of course, March came of 2020. We had the coronavirus. The coronavirus, COVID 19 happened, and everything closed down, everything on property, including this new NBA experience. Um, well, once the parks and everything reopened during the summer uh, of 2020, and even still now, things are still coming back as the days go on, and as Disney prepares for their 50th anniversary celebration. The the NBA experience has not reopened. Well, today, I think it was today that I heard, I maybe heard about it yesterday, that the NBA experience will not be reopening, and they have not announced anything for its to kind of replace it because that's very valuable space right there. Um, in Disney Springs. And so that, and I am 103%, positive that Disney is going to be putting something else there. But, it's like I'm a little ticked off at Disney right now because it seems like if they had just done something maybe to tweak or update or revamp a little bit the Disney Quest experience thing, that they might have revived that end of Disney Springs because it's right down at the west end, the west side of Disney Springs, right there by the Cirque du Soleil, the House of Blues. Um, so I'm just kind of wondering, Disney, you're gonna spend all that time revamping that side, the construction, um, and the money, when they're still in the reopening process, and they're still having to, things are limited because of some budgetary things, some staffing things, and whatnot. So now they've got to figure out, okay, what, if anything, are we going to be doing with the NBA experience? So, Disney, I hope that you make it a good choice. I hope that it doesn't require a whole lot of money involved. Hopefully, they can get it done with like minimal revamping and retheming because they opened a new restaurant in there, and I don't know how popular that was, and I actually don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Something about the city bar or the city cafe. Um, but so what do you think? So if you're watching the premiere, um, maybe refrain from commenting right now in the chat, but after the video's over, what are your thoughts on this move of Disney that, they spent all this money on the NBA experience and now it's not even going to be reopening? Um, and it's like it's gonna be more time, more money to put into whatever's gonna be replacing it. So, what do you think? What do you think Disney should do with the NBA experience, or should they try to reopen it? Um, I'm personally not into sports, but maybe you know maybe they can do something sports themed with it, or maybe they just need to do something else different. So, anyway, that's what's on my mind this evening as far as Disney is concerned. If there's a smile in your heart, there's no better time to start. Think of all the things you know. Na 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 na. All right, so now we come to the part of the show that maybe you have been are looking forward to. I don't know. Have you been looking forward to story time? We are reading about Peter Pan today, about the boy who did not grow up. Actually, this is the story of Peter Pan, the boy who never wanted to grow up. So, settle down, get your warm milk, get a snack, get whatever, get your warm blankie, whatever you need to enjoy a cozy story time. And we're going to hear about Peter Pan. Peter Pan. Here's the first page of pictures. Long ago in London, there lived three children, Wendy, John, and Michael. Wendy told her brothers stories about a faraway place, Neverland. The hero of these stories was Peter Pan, a boy who never grew up and who had wonderful adventures. One night, when the children were fast asleep, Peter Pan and his friend, the fairy Tinker Bell, flew in through the nursery window. They had come to search for Peter's shadow. Peter had left it behind one night while he was listening to one of Wendy's stories. Just then, Wendy woke up. She was thrilled to meet Peter Pan and agreed to help him and Tinker Bell capture the mischievous shadow. Peter liked Wendy and urged her to fly with him to Neverland. "You'll never grow up there," he promised. Wendy agreed at once, as long as her brothers could come too. So Peter told Wendy, John, and Michael to each think happy thoughts. Then he sprinkled them with magic pixie dust. Before they knew it, the excited children were soaring high above the rooftops of London. "Second star to the right, and straight on till morning," Peter called all the way. The children flew all the way to the enchanted world of Neverland. Home to Peter and the Lost Boys, the dreaded Captain Hook, his ship of pirates and mermaids. While Peter was out with Wendy at the Mermaid's Lagoon, Peter spotted a little rowboat in the distance. "It's Hook, all right," he cried. Captain Hook was a wicked pirate and Peter Pan's greatest enemy. Once in a fierce battle, Peter had cut off Hook's hand. The pirate now had a terrible steel hook attached to his wrist. "I'm ready. It's not to be comfortable." And where did that hand go? A hungry crocodile had eaten the pirate's hand. He had enjoyed his meal so much that he now followed Hook everywhere, hoping for a chance to gobble up the rest of him. Peter and Wendy followed Hook, and were shocked to see that he had the Indian Princess Tiger Lily with him. "Tell me the hiding place of Peter Pan, and I shall set you free," the wicked pirate snarled at Tiger Lily. But Tiger Lily was Peter's friend. She refused to tell that dastardly pirate. Peter flew down in front of Hook, just in the nick of time. Up and down the rocky cliffs they fought, until Hook slipped and the croc snapped hungrily. Mr. Smee, the captain's first mate, rushed over and pulled Hook into his rowboat, with the crocodile following right behind him. Peter rescued Tiger Lily and took her home to the Indian chief. Back at Peter's hideout, Wendy told the boys their favorite story. But they were all very homesick. "I want my mother," Michael sobbed. And although the Lost Boys didn't know what a mother was, they decided they wanted one too. So Wendy promised that they would all go back to her London home together. But Captain Hook and the other pirates were waiting outside the hideout. Hook had tricked Tinker Bell into telling him where the hideout was. The pirates captured the children and took them back to Hook's ship. Hook gave them a choice: join the pirates or walk the plank. The boys rather liked the idea of becoming pirates, but Wendy didn't. "Peter Pan will save us," she said. Hook laughed loudly. "We left a present for Peter, a surprise package." It was a bomb. Peter Pan will be blasted out of Neverland forever. Tinker Bell overheard these words. She knew she had to warn Peter. The tiny fairy reached Peter's hideout just as he was about to open the present. She grabbed the bomb and threw it as far away as she could. Seconds later, there was a huge explosion. Tinker Bell told Peter that Wendy and the others were in danger, and Peter sped off to rescue them, with Tinker Bell close behind. Peter Pan arrived just in time to save Wendy and the boys. He turned to face his enemy. Back and forth went Peter and Hook in the most terrible battle ever fought. Hook lunged at Peter, who fought back, forcing the captain to slip and fall backward into the water below where the hungry crocodile waited. The children clapped and cheered as they watched Hook frantically swimming towards Smee's rowboat, pursued by the snapping jaws of the croc. Peter gave the order to raise the anchor. Tinker Bell sprinkled the pirate ship with magic pixie dust, and in no time at all, the ship was soaring high above Neverland. It flew all the way back to London, where Wendy, John, and Michael were soon safely back in their nursery. As the children waved goodbye, the pirate ship sailed off into the night sky, silhouetted against the full moon. For Peter Pan, Tinker Bell, and the Lost Boys, who weren't quite ready to grow up yet, were off on another wonderful Neverland adventure. And that is the end of Peter Pan. And there is the back of the book. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this show tonight. Thank you so much for coming in. Really enjoyed bringing this to you. Next week, again, I will be live for the final time for a while. But then coming in the very near future, there will be a new series coming. I had uploaded an announcement video, and it should have gone up on the channel yesterday if I did what I was planning to do. But anyway, thanks again for coming by for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support of this channel and my YouTube journey. So until the next show or stream or video, have a gobbletastic day. Take care.